Ignite
Ignites.
Gaming. I
Yep.
almost say Infinite for some reason. Ignite Gaming going up against Team Evil Cryptic, going up against Coach Carrot. Now, Carrot has, I believe, made a few mistakes when it comes to draft. Leaking the Mathilda, I think, is a big no-no. It's a massive big no-no, especially this 100% ban. But maybe Carrot has his attention focused elsewhere as he takes away the chip for now. Joy being taken out by Cryptic.
So for sure, Team Evil will going to consider that Matilda ban later on and how it can deal when it comes to team fight as well, especially with a composition who loves to go for a pick off in team fights. On Ignite Gaming here, Joy has been taken down. We've seen the Fanny open and Zushin is open. Kimi is open as well.
Yeah, I mean, still first phase ban, right? We
Yep.
haven't seen what Carrot decides to ban as of now. Of course,
I expected one.
do we leak Lucas for Daikon? Will he do a fake QD on the Lucas?
I love Lucas. I mean, I want to see Lucas again. I want to see Lucas again here.
This obsession of Lucas, man, is making me very uncomfortable right here.
Lucas, really, Lucas. If you are going to see the stats all throughout the MPL regions, Lucas is on top notch. If not going to be banned, it's going to be priority picked here.
Yeah.
But this time around here, we're not
Kalia.
seeing Lucas here being prior banned right now. So Kalea instead is going to be banned because Kalea here in our qualifiers teams is usually going to be in the first pick.
Yeah, definitely. But let's take a look at this one, right? Like, her if being taken away as well. No Zippy Zappy at all. The Phobius is also wide open. I'm a personal big fan of Phobius. That's why you really put it in the ban pool.
Okay.
Coach Cryptic will also take away the Fanny as well. And it's pretty surprising, right? You don't see these bans on blue. You always see other like assassins, right? Other Hayabusas. And if you notice, 2 assassins already banned away. Now, Icon, which means the Icon may lean towards a little bit more of a Leomord,
Yep.
Leomord jungle that, you know, Everlasting Love has shown. And it also seems like he knows how to use it at all. But there's conditions for Leomord to be successful. And the conditions are you need somebody to start the burst before you enter. Things like a Kimi that could basically pierce, something like a Loi that could burst. To a certain extent, a
Yep.
Lunox Ruby DD style can also enable a Leomord.
Yeah, and plus mobility as well. Remember, Matilda is not yet banned here in our first phase of our draft. So Matilda is also a prio pick here for both teams if they
Yeah.
want to. So Icon, we've seen him on the Assassin. So if you go
But-
for a
Yep.
fighter jungler here, could also do the same.
Yeah, but
like
now
Leomord.
Team Evil, I think, because they spend the bans on the chip and also the Kalia, which is something that we don't really see. We see Kalia being leaked out. The Lucas is free. And there's
Yeah.
also the Mathilda,
Mathilda.
that's free. And you don't leak the Mathilda,
Yeah,
right?
Kimi as well.
The Kimi at the same time. So there's a lot of big
Okay,
ones.
there
So
you
they
go.
decide to go to ban away the Lucas once again. It seems like Carrot saying that, hey, you know what? Game number 1, the Mathilda wasn't a problem. Seems like, you know,
Yeah, because they
I
didn't.
feel like it is a problem.
Yeah, so
But it's-
instead, Kimi.
Nope, that's going to be a Kimi given
Yep.
over to the side of
Kimi?
Ignite Gaming, which is surprising because I feel like the Mathilda threat is a bigger problem because the
I
fact that a
agree.
lot of these heroes in this current meta is easily countered by this Mathilda, like the Glue, like
I
the-
agree,
like
yeah.
to a certain extent the Cho as well.
Yeah, so Matilda could be chosen here on the side of Team Evil, but as you have mentioned a while ago, this Team Evil loves to have major team fights here who can set. So Powerful can also do the Matilda, and then Sayla going for his safe picks here. As you mentioned, Vexana or Aurora or even the Valentina. We've seen Valentina also get that traction pulse coming in from the Kimi itself.
Yep, of course, once again, you know, Ignite Gaming can always
Okay.
bring this Kimi all the way to the gold lane or the mid lane. So, like what I mentioned, this is why if you're blue side, you always first pick the Kimi or something like that. But then again, okay, maybe Carrot is up to something. First pick the Hayab was a massive counter against Kimi and also something that Vincent can play. And also on top of that, they will pick the Phobius into the EXP, something that Gear can potentially play, counteracting against any form of assassins from the side of Ignite Gaming. But Ignite Gaming can, of course, go back into the Leomord that doesn't rely on dashes.
So okay, so I think this is going to be the priority here for the side of Team Evil, that they do have a great sustain. Okay, Kalea has been taken out. Matilda, I think Matilda is still could be considered here, Chase.
Yeah.
I think on the other side, Matilda could give you that sustain, that safety net as well to the
And
setup plays.
and you allow your carries to play even more aggressive, right? I think looking at where this is going, oh, hold on a second, there's going to be a Baxia coming out from Ignite Gaming. Remember the days of Baxia Jungle?
Yes, I
But
could
this,
remember that one.
but is this Baxia going into the hands of Jet as a roam, or in the hands of Utah? But we saw Utah playing the Baxia EXP, right?
But okay, I'm now thinking, Jace. Actually, the Baksha is here because Matilda is very much open here, just in
Correct.
case for the
Correct.
Tortoise Poisons, for that heals or shields that we are just expecting here. So they are actually countering here, looking forward on how this draft will come.
True. That's actually a very cryptic message
there you go.
sent over to the side by the side of Ignite Gaming all the way to Team Evil, and now that Baxia, the Tortoise Poisson, also works well against the phobias, right? Because it kind
Yes.
of limits the region of the Infernal Pursuit. So that's actually a really good answer coming out of Coach Cryptic.
They're
I'm seeing
really
it. I'm
prepared.
starting to see it right now.
Yeah, they're just preparing for that Matilda pick. And now we are going into the second phase of the bans. This is where maybe we're going to see a ban on that Moscow for the side of IG here, banning away that Moscow here against Team Evil. And we've seen also Ven, remember, did a pretty good job on the Moscow.
Yep, and also if you take away his Moskov, you take away his Harif, what is he going to play? Like maybe for the side of Team Evil, you can also go for the Irithel, right? Irithel works wonders. You can skirt around, skrit around the damage from the side of the Rhapsody and the Grandeur, and also the Kimi energy basic attack. And you also allow yourself to kite against the Baxia. So I think it's really good. And on top of that, now your Irithel can fly with the Mathilda as well.
Exactly, yes. I think this is a pretty good pick here if they're going to go for an Irithel who loves to have heavy itemizations in the later stage of the game. They can be safe at this moment in time.
Yeah, and now, with the Baxia being introduced into the fray, now the Juicing shields will not be as strong as compared to your, as before, right? Juicing goes into your ultimate. You don't really have as much shields as compared. Now you play even safer.
This is where maybe Baksha shines in the current situation, right?
True,
I
true.
think most of the team fights here really relies on sustain, shields, a prolonged team fight, but the Distorters Poisons coming in from the side of Baksha really negates it all. So, okay, let's see and how Team Ignite Gaming will be able to use this one either in the jungle or in the roam still.
Yep. That's going to be
Oh,
a Leomord
Leomord.
ban. Carrot is also aware that Icon likes to play it. Don't forget this. This is something that Leomord truly shines against his roster.
There you go.
Especially, so this definitely taken away. Moskov also taken out by his side Ignite Gaming. Now, do you secure your gold laner here, or do you secure your your roamer instead? Looking at this roster, mind you, coming out from Team Evil, this time around. Oh, sorry, your roamer is already selected.
Yeah,
So you're
Matilda.
missing a mid laner and a gold laner from the side of Team Evil.
So we're going to see. Okay, this is going to be a team fight, right? So you need to stop the Baksha as well on his rampage when it comes to the chasing mechanism. So Aurora will be considered here. Do you think so?
I feel like a Juicin works if I don't look at the box, right? Juicin basically could dive against the Grandeur, against that. There
you
you
go.
go. Juicin
Yeah.
against a Kimi. Yes, now you get nerfed a little bit by the box, but it's still okay if you're
Still
able
the
to.
crowd control,
Yeah,
right?
the crowd control maybe is
Yeah.
a little worth it, but something. Oh, Baxia Axis.
There you go. You're now going to see it firsthand.
Oh man.
You're now going to see it firsthand, Jace.
Oh man.
And
Oh
how
man.
how broken this two is.
Not only just that, it's broken. That's why you go for the Baxia. And now the Baxia is in jungler instead. You're not going to be bringing Esmeralda to jungle, man. Churro somewhere is definitely sneezing right now because I told him Esmeralda jungle is bad. But of course, if you look at this
Wow.
roster coming up from Ignite Gaming, right? The shields, the heals, the anti-heals, and of course, if your backline is squishy, it works well for Ignite Gaming. And now, if you're Team Evil, you need to play cross map. You need to play something else.
Wow.
Your cross map option is already denied because you don't have the Moscow.
Okay.
Nathan, let's try. Let's try.
Nathan.
It's too much.
Ben.
There's too much magic damage already. coming up from Team Evil. Okay, we can play your game. That's
Wow.
what Team Evil is handshaking. You want to play cheese? We go cheese. The battle of the cheeses.
Battle of the cheeses,
So-
ladies and gents.
Yeah, if you're lactose intolerant like me, you don't go for this one. You don't watch this game. You
Gotta
go next.
see so many dominance eyes here, so many sea halbeers here in this game as well. Okay, the Nathan is now going to be picked. First time going to see here, Jay.
I'm okay. To be honest, Nathan was buff in the previous patch. Maybe that's why teams are starting to play around with Nathan just a little bit. I personally like Nathan, but I haven't tried him at all. His recent buff is the fact that you don't really need your skills already to have your passive up. As long as you land your basic attack, it works. So it's technically speaking like a Claude, but a better Claude with, you know. But as well, it also serves the same purpose as a Moskov, right? Moskov, you don't want to fight a Moskov in a straight line. Same
Yep.
over the side of Nathan, on the side of Van. But is this leaking a little bit too much information in the
Ooh.
challenging stage, though?
This is how they respect the challenger teams right now, especially with the points is on the line as well.
Yeah, they're starting to pull out like unorthodox picks of themselves. These
Yeah.
pocket picks that you don't usually review in the regular stage
Exactly.
is coming out right now, and the challenger stage players, the challenger teams, are basically forcing it.
Wow. I've seen Nathan games, Jays, that can really take down turrets in as low as under 4 minutes. This is one of the marksmen who can do that. One is the Harith. Harith can really own the lane. Second one is the Nathan, if being protected well. And as you can see, it is
Yep.
powerful here, just trying to help him own the lane here on the top side.
Yeah, and if a part of that, if you start to notice, right, it is going to be Estes, Jet, escorting through as much as possible, and all of a sudden, it feels like a very different MLBB game. It's not the MLBB game you used to know where it's a 1-3-1 composition where the roam is actually rotating around, being active around the river. This time around, you're looking at 2-1-1. Which is a very, very old school kind of play.
Old school indeed. This is where you trying to make a safe lane for your
Yeah.
carry, and
Yeah.
we've seen that one. And I've seen the priority as well here for the side of Ignite Gaming, that they don't want the kind of situation. They are harassing the top gold, the gold lane here. So they have to take note here. Van on the Nathan, he needs to be very careful here. That's why Powerful is in
Yeah.
the vicinity.
In the early parts of the game, I think the Grandeur should have more priority because of the Rhapsody shots. Because Nathan requires that level 4 before he starts to be a little bit scary. But don't forget, he's basically being buffed right now. So as long as the Nathan played around his stacks, it's a lot better. His backswing, his animation, it was clunky before, and now Mental fixed it. It's now a lot faster for you to cast first skill and second skill so that you can go into your ultimate wombo combo. That's actually where Nathan truly shines.
The question is, what is the itemizations of Nathan this time around? We've seen,
Same.
yeah.
Should be the same. Feather Heavens.
Okay.
That's your prior pick, and
yes.
after that, followed by a Corrosive Scythe. Sorry, not Corrosive Scythe. Stylium Scythe.
Yeah.
That's usually your core items.
So this is going to be magic damage we're going to expect here for the top side here. Van, this situation. But so far, right now, they are really protecting here.
Yeah, definitely.
They are
right.
really protecting.
Yeah,
that.
definitely right. Now the fact is, for Ignite Gaming, True should have a very good game because now you got a portable base in the form of Jet, as long as mana still stays. And the way you deal with True or with Jet on the top, you cannot harass, you cannot poke, you cannot waste your first skill. That's why Ben, if you notice, doesn't use his first skill as much as possible unless it's to last hit.
This 2-1-2 composition right now coming in from Ignite Gaming. The Team Evil could actually take advantage of this one. They want to harass there because, as you can see, as the positioning here. Okay, now we've seen Jet joining into the middle lane because of the turtle, and I thought it's gonna be Jet all throughout the early game here, trying to go with Chu in that situation.
Icon on this Baxia though, you do have decent wave clear because of that. Okay, he has to activate the turtle for points for now.
Oh, there you go. This is gonna be a team fight. Icon secured the turtle path right now, but this is gonna be a chaos here. Sayla secures that first blood as well, and now the rest here will be a cleanup party. 2-man down for Ignite Gaming. Make it free. And will Vincent going into the casualty here on the other side?
Yep.
Oh, this is just very chaotic here.
Nice cleanup though coming off the side of Evil. However, they take one massive bad casualty. Vincent going down for the count was actually really bad. Now your jungler is going to be slightly behind level. And not only just that, Essence doesn't really have damage.
What? This is gonna be now the outplay we're seeing here, and Chu will be taken down, but still, I have mentioned, like, Jace, look at the gold shields here on the top side. It's already almost obliterated.
Yeah, and not only just that, my point made is that Jet doesn't really have level 4 as of yet. If Ignite Gaming actually stall just a little bit longer, I think Ignite Gaming should be able to win that particular fight, but Days Handshake a very weird fight. The only saving grace for Ignite Gaming is that they are able to bring down Vincent, unfortunately, and Vincent, you know, being level 5 right now, look at Icon, he's level 7.
Yeah, it's a big difference. Big difference here. Icon level 7 here, and now Icon going in against Vincent. Now this is going to be Blade breaking out here. It's been chased here by Powerful as well as Sayla. Still the saving grace with the ultimate coming inside of Jets. But then again, to no avail. It's still been picked off. The double here for the side of Vincent, and Icon left alone. The 3 versus 1 situation. Make it 4 though, while Icon still managed to survive.
Man, you thought Ignite Gaming, you thought that Jet, once he picks up the ultimate already, he's able to, you know, save his team just a little bit longer, and Blade should be able to output the damage, and Icon being the solid front line for them, you should be able to do something, but Team Evo somehow managed to find the kills and also the damage, all because of Gear. Gear's a lot more comfortable on this Morbius, and you can tell.
Yeah, he's having a time of his life here on the bottom side, and Utah wasn't able to join the team fight there as well. They were outnumbered here. Ignite Gaming were outnumbered in that situation, and Team Evil right now going to concentrate here in the Turtle Pit, but instead, Ignite Gaming trying to go for the Blitz here. Utah going to go for the Falling Star Moon, trying to go for the stun, but he is now going to be stunned as well. No, going to back away, but Blade managed to take away the Turtle buff, cannot steal that, of course, objective takedown. Now Utah trying to go for the back outs, still chased here by the Phobius. Gear trying to go for the slam once again. Powerful secures the kill. Icon and Jets with the combo of the heals still managed to survive. Oh, almost played. Almost taken down there. Gear.
Yep, Team Evo doesn't lose anybody. Nice balance in terms of the aggression, but don't forget, Chu has been out farming all the way up top. Why are we giving Chu the Grandeur again?
What? What? They're living here the lane. This is beautiful here for the side of Ignite Gaming though.
Yeah, definitely, right? Yes, now they know that they actually cannot win this team fight at the very least. They are starting to take resources away up top. Yes, even though Van was able to absorb most of that turret gold, it seems like Chu is the one that's actively moving around, picking up a Sky Piercer right here. It is time for Ignite Gaming to make some plays around the map.
This is a big win here for Ignite Gaming, taking away the turtle buff, taking away the turret on the top side as well. Now converging here on the bot side. Look at how confident Icon is here. Is really out there, out of position as well. But then again, with Jet on the back lines, he can't survive throughout all this damage.
Yeah, now Ignite Gaming, this is the time to shine, right? You got Chu picking up the necessary items, and so speaking of items, Blade pick up a glowing one. This is prime time for them to start to make plays around the map. Team Evo on the other hand, maybe they need a little bit more time. Thank you very much. You're looking at the items. You got Hunter Strike already secured by Vincent. Vincent should be able to do some damage right now, but then again, I'm looking at Van. Van is still working on the Starlium side. You need a little bit more time. Evo, on the other hand, I think they should bite for time for now.
We've seen so many aggressions here on the top side, especially for Team Evo. I'm just surprised that it is actually Ignite Gaming securing first the outer turret there. So this is a big blow for them when it comes to map control. Now this is going to be this turtle once again spawning in the pit. Will they going to force this one out? Because Jet is the threat. Man, his heals are just incredible. Icon is feeling confident here, even going for the dives.
Yep, if you can't go back to base, you bring the base to you, and here we go. A bit of a team fight.
Oh, Circling Eagle, and then still Icon secures the turtle buff. No contest here for the side of Team Evil. They cannot even pierce through in that exchange.
3 turtles secured by Ignite Gaming. That's the only saving grace for them, even though they're making a few bad calls in terms of these team fight. Blades not having a good time for now because of the Hayabusa, because of Vincent, but at the very least, with the help of Chu, they're able to crack open bottom lane turret.
2 turrets already here. Team Evil has been really struggling on how to be able to go for a counter, especially for the map control. So on the early stage of game, it was Van being protected every time. Oh, this is speaking of which, Utah left alone. Look at the pokes, and Van secures the kill.
Man, that's Ben being a Nathan right here. Utah overestimating his own self in terms of this kind of damage. Of Vincent getting just Quad Shadow all the way back out. He's in a spot of trouble. The Quad Shadow takes too long to CD, and he will still at the very least take down the turret at the bottom lane for himself.
And plus the other top turret here, it's gonna be Van and Powerful just securing this one, and this is what you need beside of Team Evil. Just like that, they have recovered their losses when it comes to objective gaming. And now here in the middle lane, Gear, Blade is out of position. Actually, there's this 2 versus 4. Now Jet joining in the team fight. They have the sustained Gear. Look at the damage coming in from the side here. Oh, Ignite Gaming, and Utah secures that one with the Falling Star mode.
Yeah, and really, like, you know, Team Evo cracking all the way up top, right? So at the very least, they're making some plays in terms of the macro because they know Ignite Gaming, this is their prime time to shine. Don't forget Chu starting to rack up in terms of Sky Piercer stacks.
And now here, 2 kills here for Chu. He has the Sky Piercer, but so far, Ignite Gaming, we haven't seen their aggressiveness as compared to the early stage of the game here. And now Team Evil recovery with this map control. No more outer turrets on the top side. Now this is big here for the map control coming in from Team Evil. And we are looking out for Van as well. Nathan has been considered as one of the most dangerous marksmen as well, especially having the great itemizations.
Yep. Currently, the Lord has won, but it's team fight may perhaps be brewing in the mid. Blade has already used the tractor pull already, but yeah, seems like as long as Jet maintains on the ultimate, this Ube strat coming off of Ignite Gaming, still working, doesn't look well against Team Evil.
Vincent's going to go for a Shadow Killer in the backlines. Great stun here as well with a follow-up in Gear, providing the space is out of position. Now he will be picked off. Now Powerful trying to go back away, Van here in the other side as well, trying to go for a poke, and look at this, the map has been split into 2, and Yuta Falling Star moving with a counter, and still he's been pinned down against the wall, and the rest is history here for the side of Team Evil. Then they will be swept there with 4 kills against them.
Who gave Chu the grandeur again, man? Team Evil should not even have given Chu the grandeur to begin with. Apart from that, Jet also, you see the Shadow Kill coming out from Vincent, and it only tickles Ignite Gaming because Jet activates an ultimate, heals everybody, counteracts the damage, and allows Blade and Chu to continue the fight. And now, because of that, Ignite Gaming regained that kill score, and now they're equalizing in terms of the economy. Team Evil has to play it safe.
Ignite Gaming going to go for a blitz here. Oh, the stun on 2! That was a beautiful play coming in from Jet. And this is now impossible here for Team Evil to go for the contest. And look at the split push as well on the bot side. Ignite Gaming is doing this one perfectly.
Yeah, Team Evil, you thought that, you know, I was about to say that, hey, the Uber straight maybe doesn't look really good against Team Evil, but then I immediately proven wrong. Ignite Gaming hits the item power spikes, Jet as well, and Chu at the same time. Look at that, 6 kills. He's nigh unkillable, and Blade is there to support in terms of the damage. Team Evil has to find a way. Vincent has to find a way to assassinate.
Oh man, Ignite Gaming is almost knocking out the door here with the Lord pushing through in the bottom side. Now going as well into the mid. The Ubis strat is really working. The Baksha as well as the Astas, and that is going to be down. The Trucker Pulse has been committed. Vincent trying to flank there, and the Icon has been controlled here coming in from Sayla. Utah with the Falling Star Moon ready, trying to go back out for now.
Man, right now it's just Evil being pushed up against the wall. The Lord is still marching down bot. There's still the holy defense from the side of Team Evil as well. Deadeye.
Yeah, I know.
Doesn't look really good, man.
I know.
He's getting punished.
Oh, look at
Rhapsody
you.
shots.
Chu is just dancing around with the Rhapsody there, and Gear couldn't do anything about this one. And now there's going to be a Shadow Kill once again to pick up Blade this time around. Still, the heals continues here coming in from Jets. Sayla is going to be the target. Icon trying to run away, but the heal still continues. Stun on 2 with his guiding wind and the circling eagle as well.
Okay, Gear.
And now there's going to be now Gear here, providing the space, trying to slam everyone there, but the damage isn't there. Here comes Powerful as well to go for the follow-up. Oh my goodness, Chu just poking them up with that, of course, Rhapsody in the making.
Man, it feels like Team Evil should have actually reinforced his Gear right there. Gear is actually being left alone. Thank God Powerful was there to kind of peel and reinforce and also help him with the heals right there. But then again, Team Evil was just so tunnel vision onto Utah. In fact, Ignite Gaming is just actually abusing these tunnel visions from the side of Team Evil and making it work.
Wow. This is insane. I think we can still see the Team Evil have a chance here when it comes to a team fight. All of the 2 sequences that we have seen, it was Vincent always trying to do the to activate the Shadow Kill first just to fend off or just to force the activation of Jet's ultimate. Once that ultimate is up, there's going to be a time here for Team Evil to actually go for a full head-on force. But so far, Ignite Gaming with Chu here on that Granger, 7 kills in the stacks on that Sky Piercer, gives them hell in that kind of situation. Let's see the itemizations here. Yes, we have Dom Eyes here coming in from that Matilda, and the Sea Halberd here coming in from the side of Vincent. That's why they activated first the Shadow Kill to activate the passive of the Sea Halberd.
Yeah. Right now, Lord being pushed, Lord being spawned right here. Team Evil being pushed to the brink right here. Now I need to see Ven. Ven's items is starting to show. Does have the Holy Crystal already building, and I believe he's also got a Divine Glaive as well.
Glaive, yeah.
I think that should be a Wind of Nature being built up next. So basically, oh, hold on a second, Blade, the damage though.
Almost. Then that's going to be the save with the Guiding Wind here. The Traction Pulse has been activated as well. But look at here in the flanking, Utah waiting for the right moment to pounce in, and this is great positioning here we've seen so far coming in from Team Evil, and Vincent trying to back away. They're not going to commit here with the Lord Dance, and so far the push is on the top side as well. This is going to be a blitz or not?
Yeah. Right now, this Ube strat coming online and saying, whoa, the damage.
Oh, look at this one. Now Gear forced to activate his ultimate here, but he is out with Juice. Incredible damage. He's out of the Land of Dawn on the back lines there. It is going to be Utah being taken out. But then again, oh, another stun. Blade on the Kimi. Now activated here with the Shadow Kill, but Icon secures the Lord. This is insane for Ignite Gaming.
Man, Vincent has one goal. He's trying his best right here. He used the Shadow Kill, basically goes into the Shadow Realm or Quad Shadows or something, Shadow Kill realm, right? And then tries to outplay Icon because he knows that it's a better retribution damage. But unfortunately, when it pops up, the timing was just so hard to catch if you're Vincent, and he ultimately got punished for that one. And I think Van needs to also try to join the fights even longer, because right now Gear is being left alone to dry and try to appeal for his team that is not there.
Yeah, the battle was split there in that Lord Dance. Ultimately, it was Ignite Gaming has secured this great objective right now. We've seen as well the Blade on his stuns is incredible. On his the beams there, the Sarlium beam is really incredible as well. They need to look out for this Kimi's stun.
Yeah, like right now I need to see Team Evil playing as a clash. Right here, it still feels like they're trying to figure out a playbook, but then again, it's a little bit too late right now, right? This is Challenger stage. This is the second game against a Challenger.
Vincent! Oh, what just happened again?
True, man.
Starlium Beam coming in from Blade. Kimi stunned time and time again. That was a major mistake, Jace.
Man.
That was a major mistake.
It's very hard to play against Drew right here, especially when he has full stacks on his Sky Piercer. So which means that when you play against him, even though you think you can outplay with his damage, but don't forget, the Sky Piercer stack actually kills you very easily. The Kimi actually breaks up out mid lane, and now Team Evil in a lot of trouble.
Oh no, no more inhibitor turrets here. They are on the verge of defense here, 4 versus 5 situation. Look at the damage, oh my goodness! And now Gear popping off, of course, his ultimate at this last moment. Will they be able to hold though? Try to pull on the team fight, and Gear right now is out of gas. Look at Blade here, trying to go for the DPS damage now. Going in, Vincent once again with the Shadow Kill with the clutch play! And Icon still survives, and look at the heals coming in from the side here, the Icon, and now there's gonna be triple! A shutdown coming from Blade, and that's it! Vincent is still here, but will he be able to defend? Will he be able to do so? Icon has the immortality, and they have the push as well. And this is it, man. Ignite Gaming secures the series against Team Evil.
Team Evil not looking good in day number 2. You thought they had they had the gears rolling. No pun intended. They had the gear rolling in the game in day number 1, especially after they beat RSG. But then again, they come into day 2. It feels like they forgot their homework just a little bit, right? There's a lot of things I want to point out, especially from the side of Vincent. You can see Vincent really trying very hard, but his hero ultimately get countered by Ube. Apart from that, I also want to see Van to stick even closer towards the team, but he's playing a little bit too safe. He's unable to play. He knows that he doesn't have the mobility of this hero. So as ultimately, even though Gear is peeling so hard, he's receiving so much attention, and it should be easy game for Van to basically go in to do the damage from afar, but ultimately it fails. However, Ignite Gaming abused that Ube, man.
Yeah.
That is basically Blacklist International kind of playstyle. Remember the good old days of M3, M4? That's basically what they're doing. Just press one button. Jet, so easy to play. Jet just needs to stick close to True. Press one button, team wins. Unga bunga.
Oh, man, I
Quote,
just can't
if I
believe
quote abstract. Unga bunga.
Ooga Boonga.
Right.
Oh man, that was really incredible here for the side of Team Ignite Gaming pulling through. I believe it was Absolute Zero first showed the Baksha and the Estes. Now it is Ignite Gaming doing the same thing, doing the same result. Actually, the same result there. The Ube strat is looking wonders on how they're going to execute. I only see Vincent had the Sea Halberd. Always the team fight brawls out. He's going to go for the shadow kill first.
Definitely.
So just to activate the passive the Sea Halberd there. So for the heals or force Jet to use his ultimate at the early stage of game. The thing is, he's been caught by the Sarlium Beam. The stun
All the
coming in from
time.
Keen all the time.
It is so unfortunate. Vince, if there's
What?
if luck is a superpower, that is his weakness. That is
that hurts
Vincent's
so
weakness.
much.
Not only just that, if there's also another team fight. Remember when Vincent had to try something, anything and everything, right? To go into the shadow kill, even though yes, he's like one level ahead of Icon, the wretched
Lord.
timing, that
Yeah.
Lord steal. If he makes that play, I personally feel Team Evo would have win because it delays time and allows Van to really, really build up even more items, allows Van to basically reinforce in terms of these the team fights, but it did not work. So with that said, we're going to go into the stats right here. Of course, this is a very ultra late game kind of build. You can even see Utah racking up 10k, almost at full items right here. Probably starting to replace some items, the Winter Crown, the Immortality. But Utah also did it really well in terms of cutting off any form of retreat, cutting off any form of reinforcement, be it coming from Van or even powerful as well.
We've seen. I could remember that the Sky Piercer has been secured here by Chu when he has 1 kills only. So 1 kill. But then again, look at his stats here, 14-2. How can you stop this kind of stats coming in from the full stack Sky Piercer? So very incredible. And we've seen the damage against Gear on his Phobius as well. Don't get me wrong, Gear is really good on the Phobius. He did a pretty good job there on his lane against Utah on that Esmeralda. And Vincent here trying his best, as you have mentioned, right, on the early game as well. But then again, I'm looking for Van stepping up in this match. So we've seen Powerful just trying to save him there with Jet and Chu on the lane. I thought they will secure the turret first, but it was the opposite. It was IG securing
If
them.
you want to see how effective this Ube strat is going, just take a look at Icon. Icon has no deaths. He's constantly healing, and he's tanking. If you go to the next page, when you see, the damage taken by heroes, right? Man, he's just like, he's just having the time of his life. Jet is literally the base. You're fighting Ignite Gaming, in their base. Just take a look at the amount of damage that he's absorbed. Almost 200k. You combine Vincent's damage and Van's damage, which is the two highest damage dealers for the side of Team Evil. It doesn't equate on the
Correct.
amount of damage that Icon has taken.
Wow, almost all the damage here has been taken by Icon, but still he survived. No deaths, right? No deaths we have seen so far. Jet has been this combo, man. The Baksha and the Estes has been really wonderful.
And there needs to be another column, heals granted. I think that will
Heals,
make
yeah.
every Roman feel happy about it,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, heals given. Jet is basically giving heals to almost every single one for the side of Ignite Gaming. And of course, Utah, man, also absorbing so much damage. And True, man, he is the Reaper coming out from Ignite Gaming, man. He's just gunning down everybody
Wow.
on this grandeur. He's too broken on this hero.
I think Chu has been pretty okay on the early to mid. Personally haven't seen his really presence until this Baksha
Sky Piercer.
I know
His
the
Sky
Piercer
Piercers,
is
the
that.
sacks start building, give him 1-2 kills, and Chu starts to kill.
Wow.
You can see Gear miscalculating the amount of damage he can take. People from the side of Team Evil miscalculating the amount of damage they can take, and they just instantly get kaput because of Sky Piercer stacks.
But plus, of course, this shields coming in from Matilda, right? With the Tortoise Poisons, we see that it's not really that effective as well. prolonged team fight. The damage is just really incredible here for the side of Chu as well. He has most of the damage as well, 43% here against the rest here of IG.
Yep, let's take a look at the MVP of this particular game. I'm gonna give it over to the side of Chu, man. Chu on this grandeur
There
is
you go.
just unstoppable. 14 kills, 2 deaths. But once he picks up the Sky Piercer, he stopped dying. It's like the
true.
Sky Piercer is some form of immortality
thing.
for him.
There's the thing. I remember he has 1 kill there before, and now suddenly, boom, he goes for 14. You cannot stop the Sky Piercer stacks, man.
Yeah, it's exactly what happened to. I remember one of the Grandeur games, right?
Yeah.
Like once he picks up the first kill, it was like, oh,
It's a
you know-
snowball from
Yeah,
there.
it's, you know the WWE meme, the guy that starts getting a lot of these good things to him, and he just goes like bonkers Gunner mode from that. That's basically true right here. Once he
Wow.
start picking up the stacks, and he's just starting to reap, starting to kill, starting to output the damage.
We have to consider as well,
Mm-hmm.
okay, the Estes in the back shall pick. So now you have witnessed it, Jace.